All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy Journalist, and on this one, we are here for me to kind of just do some outside research because when I heard this song for the first time, I pretty much, since I'm staying in the UK currently, I feel like a lot of what sonically happened in the Baby Keem and Kendrick record that just came out is just a bunch of passe sounds that are quite common and frequent in the UK. But because we don't allow a lot of music from the UK to come over to the United States without it being constructed in a certain way, I feel like these two people are about to receive a lot of praise for something that is already just been out there for a long time for a lot of other people. Or just Drake even as well has been seen to use a lot of UK sounds or vibes or just cadences, but the ones that Keem and Kendrick went for on this particular release, I just feel like are ones that Drake just he's not gonna take those type of risks. So when I seen Fantano say that Keem and Kendrick made a banger, I was like, oh, let me check this out. And then I was watching like the first couple of minutes, not even first minutes, like 50 seconds. I was like, turn the camera on. Let's watch, see what he has to say, and we'll respond to whatever comes up from there. But yeah, that's how we got here on this video. Thank you guys for joining me. If you could, please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and let's get into this, see what we got.
Percent off the order. All you got to know,
Yeah, I was trying to skip the commercial.
groovy, dancey kicks. Start with the instrumental. We have some very driving, groovy, dancey kicks all over this cut. Prickly perks, a kind of ghostly Bon Iver sample that kind of haunts the song at various points, jumps in, jumps out. I think it adds quite a bit of color to the beat. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of change across the instrumental. And in terms of like its style and its energy, there's something that reminds me a little bit of, kind of the jitteriness of Uzi Vert's Just Wanna Rock. It's pulling more from a club vibe. More of a club vibe.
Not even, they're not, to me personally, I don't find that Just Wanna Rock and whatever the song is called from Kendrick and Keem, I don't feel like they are even dancing or even playing in the same realms, despite two electronic genres being Jersey club music for Uzi's record, and then what I would consider to be either garage or house to be used for Keem and Kendrick's record. Like they're bedfellows, but I don't feel like they're quite sonically the same at all. They just happen to both be electronic genres. Is the only thing I say there's the overlap between those.
Anthony, what are you talking about? There's a Kendrick Lamar song. There's a Baby Keem song. They're bringing a club vibe to the table.
I mean, I suppose in a kind of stark, weird, minimalist sort of way, they are. The whole track kicks off with kind of a weird, eccentric, little spoken word passage from Kendrick Lamar. And, I like how him and Keem, as they continue to collaborate, they bring just weird, eccentric, funny vibes out of each other. Like the chemistry between these two is incredible and really entertaining. It's great that Keem tracks continue to be a place where Kendrick can hop on and just take himself less seriously, be a little silly, play around, not give in to the pressure to come out with a track that is the deepest and most profound thing that anybody can listen to, because Kendrick Lamar is such a talented rapper and songwriter that he can just really write direct, tongue-in-cheek, catchy stuff, and it hits. It doesn't need to be super deep or, dig to a dark emotional place. While it's amazing when he does do that, and it's what makes him unique that he has the capacity to do that, lighthearted stuff is fun too. And I would say that's probably the most defining term that I could throw onto this track as far as a description. It's lighthearted. While there's no shortage of party music out there in mainstream pop and hip hop, the closest thing I could think of to the vibe of this is, again, that Uzi Vert cut, but it's the
UK garage, guys. Listen to some UK garage or some, I don't want to go all the way to jungle, but just kind of that sound system type vibes. Like there's a lot of like sound system and garage type vibes that I catch from this record from Keem and Kendrick.
The lyrics and the chemistry between Keem and Kendrick that make it sound so odd and so unique. As Kendrick and Keem go back and forth rapping with these kind of deadpan but also kind of silly voices, like they're not trying to be as animated as possible, but you can tell they're being super dry, especially when you look at the stuff that they're rapping about. about, be it their clothes or their charisma. They're getting kind of flirty too, as well. But as they're kind of rapping about the romantic situations that they're in on, they're not being super committal or anything like that. Now, the track may lack the giant, over the top, hard hitting horn sections of Family Ties. It may not have the super crazy, weird, out there refrains of, Range Brothers with top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. So if you're looking for something in this track that is on that level, weird and instantly recognizable and quotable because of just how left field it is, I don't know, we're not necessarily there, but this track is still way more unique than most songs that we've gotten so far this year that are going to have this level of mainstream visibility. It is interesting and unexpected to hear Keem and Kendrick over this style of instrumental kind of working their way into this very clubby, dance-centric genre of hip-hop. There's undoubtedly a really deep artistic and personal connection between Keem and Kendrick on the song, which is why they're able to collaborate on it so effectively. We're not just...
Do we have like a full like breakdown of what the Kendrick and Keem situation is? Because to me, Keem is Kendrick's little cousin, but Kendrick is giving him references and tracks to rap, and then maybe Keem makes his own music on the side, or maybe he works with the music with Kendrick, and it's less of a he wrote this whole thing for me versus we wrote it together. But I'm very curious to see like how that dynamic works between them and how much actual music influence Keem has on the product that's getting put out and presented to the public.
Talking about, one person takes one section of the track and the other person takes another section of the track, and maybe they're rapping about the same thing, maybe they've got a similar flow, maybe there's some semblance of collaboration there. This is not at all like that. This is way more intimate of a crossover, with Keem and Kendrick being right on top of each other in terms of subject matter, bouncing off of each other, throwing out trades bar after bar, and just really being on the same page, in the same book, in the same language, in the same section of the fucking library. They're using the Dewey Decimal System. Once
Shout
again,
out to
Kendrick
Dewey.
and Keem's collective energy.
Also, Dewey Decimal System is, I guess it's apparently completely American because they don't have that motherfucker in the UK. I was like, y'all know who Dewey is? And crickets, cuz. Crickets. I was like, niggas don't know about my nigga Dewey. How you finding something in the library?
Energy is just infectious, and it's hard to ignore and hard to turn away from. I think, like the two previous tracks we've heard them collaborate on, most likely we are going to hear this song land on a Baby Keem album, and a Keem album in 2023 would be absolutely necessary, I would say. However, their crossovers up until this point have been so consistently fun. Part of me does kind of hope that down the road, maybe we hear a Keem and Kendrick album, or at the very least, we're going to hear more from these two in terms of output in the very near future, because it seems like this track is being released on the whole PG Lang thing, and Kendrick seems like he's kind of exploring his freedom to create outside.
Cuz I seen Kendrick in Glasgow December or November of last year. I can't remember exactly. But we seen him last year. And just imagine, one of the biggest rappers in the world is like no Top Dog, nothing, nowhere. Like this show, the money generated from this show contractually completes my financial and musical obligations to the TDE contract I signed. But everything from the show, all the branding, all the merch says PG Lang. There's not a Top Dog, nothing, nowhere. It's one of the most craziest things I've ever seen. And then now all the releases after are PG Lang. I really think Kendrick's going to start using the cachet of the star power he built up on Top Dog to bring in kind of more of a black alt like rap perspective or allowance in the space of rap, where everybody doesn't have to be a fucking gangster and everybody has to be the fucking coolest guy and everybody has to be getting pussy all the time or making money. Niggas can actually talk about things that affects them or really are more important to them, or just topics that like you typically won't be given technical allowance to rap about in a traditional rap like label or just like persona that we have in America. So I really think that's kind of what PG Lang is ushering in, and I think Kendrick is trying to have Keem and Tana Leone be like the tip of the spear for this type of like forward push, because I really do like Tana's music. I would say I prefer Tana's music over Keem's, but that's just only because Keem just doesn't particularly make records that I super love. But then I did see him live, and he was nice live, so I'm not gonna take that away from my nigga. But just overall, his entire catalog's not one that just jumps out at me. There's like 1, 2, 3 songs I may like, or he'll make songs that I like, but like entire bodies of work, I've not had that from him yet.
Out of kind of the mainstream label space. Either way, Kenny and Keem proved themselves once again to be one of the most fun duos to listen to in hip hop, even if their, I guess, connections as a duo and their schedule of output as a duo is somewhat informal at this point. Kendrick, Kenny, the Hillbillies, it's a banger. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are too. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this track. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next over here next to my head? It's another video you can check.
All right. What I'd have to rate the song, 8.5. If this is your first time ever watching my content, the reason I don't give out 10s is 10s are songs that I feel like I wish I had wrote. Like, damn, I wish those were my bars. I wish the song concept was mine. I wish every bit of this song was mine. That's a 10 to me. So everybody starts at a 9. And then I really start looking at just replay value first. And for replay value, it's quite high. But am I reaching for it first? Not even fucking close. I'm going to play Flowers by fucking Sweet Female Remedy before I play that song. However, will I replay it, and do I go to play it after hearing it? Yes. This is why we'll take a half a point, and then from there, I'm not mad at the song. There's nothing I can say outside of I just think they're going to get a lot of cachet due to the ear ignorance of the American listening populace, because a lot of Americans don't listen to shit that is not built for American radio, or just like there's small echo chambers of the 1 or 2, 3 artists that they may listen to. So when I heard that song, I was just like, oh, these niggas, like, they're about to win, cuz this song's about to do so well for them. And people are like, it's so original. I'm be like, I'm drowning in this type of music right now. But that's just also due to the fact that I've looked outside the United States, and then also I am in the place of where these sounds converged or have become popular, because all of it kind of just is like sound system just expanded into different genres. But that's just me for this one. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me know what you think of the song. If you could, please hit that like, subscribe. Patreon's in the description. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.